What's going on, everybody? My name is Ron and welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Freak Factory 1207 liner, and I got a little something special for this video, so stay locked and stay loaded. Run the intro.
Something that moves.
Captain Ron's Ink Experience.
Like I said earlier, we're going to be taking a close look at these Freak Factory 1207 round liners. Now, I've been using these off and on as often as I could for the past month or so. I've used about 7 of them anytime I needed a 7 liner that wasn't on the too bold side. Now, as far as the taper, I'm not too sure. It's not marked, so I'm pretty sure we can just assume it's a standard taper. Now, I did take a look at these at the needle here with a with a microscope, a USB microscope that plugs into my phone. I will be showing pictures of that here in a second. But first, I found a little surprise in there, by the way. But first, let's go through the usual here. Now, excuse me, I haven't done a cartridge video in a while, so I might be a little out of the routine here. So, Freak Factory. So what made me find this company here? I was just scrolling Instagram, and I seen this crazy looking guy here. I will put a pop in him opening up his new I guess supply company, which is the Freak Factory. So you can go to freakfactory.com and buy these. So I immediately went over there, took a look, and I seen these. I believe they're 25 bucks a box, and I'm like, hell yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. I love the box. And this guy right here, he's pretty awesome as well. So I was like, shut up and take my money. So I put my order in. It shipped somewhere from Florida. It was 10 days, you know, 10 business days or something like that. So it wasn't the quickest, wasn't the shortest. It does come from Florida. I do live in Oregon, so you do have to put that standard shipping time into account. So I believe you do have options to overnight it and stuff like that, but I didn't see the point in, you know, spending $40 to overnight a box of 12/7s when I have a lot of 12/7s. But so on the website, it doesn't show what they look like. So when I got these, I was surprised by this little green shell here. So I've used about 7 or 8 of them. One I opened, one I've had for a tester when I first opened it. Yeah. So box, top open box, it is end marked down the end here. Sorry about the setup, guys, really close today. We do have our chemical reaction sterilization dot, which is cool. A lot of companies are turning away from that nowadays, so I've noticed. So it's good to see that they're marked cleanly. DC, I'm not sure, maybe closed. 1207 round liner, tight, I'm guessing. Yeah. So I originally ordered a microscope so I could check the tapers. But unfortunately, it is pretty hard to tell even with the microscope. So let's this one I just opened up a few seconds ago just to take a look at it with the microscope. So I took it out, pulled it out, and then I looked at it with the microscope. Let's get our light set up here, guys, for a second. How does that look? Does that look pretty good? So yeah, you're on the smaller side as far as the shell goes, or at least it feels that way. Let me grab another sampler here. Sorry guys, of course I'm not prepared for anything. They're on the smaller side, which there for a minute I wasn't too fond of smaller cartridges, just because I'm used to just, you know, bigger ones. Okay, so let's look. Here's a police. Here's a Helios. Let's get one here that you people have probably seen quite often. So masks are pretty small as it is. Police. There's a police, and here is the Freak Factor. As you can tell, it's not a rounded. It doesn't have a flat spot, so they are kind of rolly. But it doesn't too big of a deal if you have it on a tray. I do have holders that I've been putting mine in, and if you don't have a holder, you can always do this. Let me show you this little cartridge jack here. Now, if you know this, if you already know this, that's cool. But I did see this on Instagram as well. So if you don't have anything to hold your cartridges up, piece of tape like this, just like that. Boom. How cool is that, huh? Pretty cool, right? Anyway, that's a little cartridge hack for you. So, as always, you're trying to avoid touching this thing as at all if possible, especially when you're tattooing, because once you touch this and you cross-contaminate inside your machine, it just turns into a germ catapult. Luckily, a lot of these you can take apart and clean thoroughly, but there is machines out there that could not. So just something to think about, guys. So we're way off topic here. Anyways, these are rather small, but they do feel good. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. So for a 1207, they're not too, you know, when I think 1207, I think as far as like the size goes, unfortunately, nobody's diameters are consistent throughout this whole industry, unfortunately. Like my Helios 1207s are nice, big, and bold. The CNC is pretty bold. Some 1207s I got today from Amazon are like 1203s. So, unfortunately, you don't really know what to expect as far as line width goes. But these are... Oh, you're shitting me. But these are pretty decent, so I was pretty happy with them. Sorry, guys, I overcharged the batteries for this thing, and now it turns into protect mode. So whatever you do, there we go. I've learned that running it at starting at 9 volts will kind of avoid the protect mode. What the hell am I doing? Sorry, back it up. I'm gonna leave this running just cause. So here's our cartridge here, guys. Sorry, it's been so long since I've done one of these. So membrane is not too stiff at all. It's on the softer side. It has a nice little smooth action here, positioning pin. The reservoir is quite on the bigger side. They do hold ink. They don't spit or sputter. So a pretty nice little cartridge system here. I like the green color. It's pretty unique. You don't really see that very often. You know, definitely contrasts well with the pink if you're gonna go that artsy into it. But yeah, nice clear reservoir. I do kind of wish it had a flat spot. I don't like that rolling around aspect. But for 25 bucks, it's a pretty good deal. 25 bucks is like your pretty average cost here. I think that's like WJX territory, which those are pretty good as well. But these are made, sorry, they ship from the U.S. I cannot confirm whether or not these come from the U.S. or made in the U.S. As far as what I've been told is that there's only a few tattoo needle manufacturers around on the whole globe, like 3-4 tops. So, you know, in the end, all your needles are coming from one of those, you know, 2, 3, 4 spots. So anyway, so yeah, these ship directly from Florida. I'm kind of rambling today, guys. Your air vent, you know, nothing too special there. They don't seem to leak or go back. They don't do the spinnies. I don't like the spinnies. It has this nice lock cap. You'll see that in Quadrant, and I'm sure a few others. These do, like I said, they do feel kind of small, but they're not too bad. But yeah, nice push here. I don't feel anything grabbing in there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that right there, but when I opened this needle up, I found something in there, and I'll put a pop in of that here in a second. Nice snap, nice return, all that good stuff. Has a positioning spot. Not too much wiggle. Nothing you're gonna see in while tattooing. They are very sharp. The needles are. I could use one of these for 3-4 hours and not worry about it getting dull. I don't see any lack of performance at all in the needle as far as I'm concerned. So here's what we got here, guys. Pretty overall pretty solid performers. Will I order them again? I just don't know. Just depends. I want to get more Helios's. They are on like the $32, $35 side, worth every penny if you ask me. But I'm kind of tired of using long taper needles for my liners. I understand that they can be a little bit easier to use, but I'm just getting really tired of using long taper liners. And these don't really act like a long taper. I could be wrong. Standard taper, maybe long taper. I can deal with long taper, I suppose, but it's the X taper that I just really cannot stand anymore. They're everywhere in liners. I understand that people say they're a little bit easier to use, especially when you're starting out. But I want a standard taper liner, medium taper. Precision makes great liners, mags. They're decently priced and come in the 3.5 millimeter taper, and they just work. You put them down, you can volley lines with them. You can pack with them in small areas. You can punch wide in. They just work well. But yeah, here's what we got. So, anyways, I did find something kind of funny on this when that's 8 volts. Took it to 8.5. 8.5. Nothing too crazy. Running consistent. There's a little rattle in there, probably because there's no ink, and I did snap it off once to look at it with the microscope. But yeah, overall, these are just great little liners. I will put in a picture of a little tattoo I did with them, a little vine thing that somebody really wanted. So I put my own little twist on it, my own little shade, and made it there. So anyways, so when I was taking this thing out, pop it off, a little pair of pliers, stuck it on this piece of white paper, pulled out my little USB microscope. I zoomed in on it, and I literally just pulled it out of this paper, the blister pack, and there was a hair in the needle. I doubt it's there anymore because we just ran this shit out of this thing, but there was a hair weaved in between these needles. I'll put a pop in right now. And I just could not believe that. There's a hair in here, guys. A hair. And it was a black hair. I mean, the chances of me pulling this out and going from here to here and a hair falling off me and going in between the needles like that are very, very small. So yeah, I just found a hair in this one of these guys, and so now I am going to for certainly be checking every single needle up and close. Usually I'll give them a quick glance through the light with my eye loop here, just to see if I see any barbs or such, But yeah, that's about it. To see if I see any barbs and such. I'm wasting time here, but anyways, and that's as far as I'm checking. I'm checking for barbs in the tips. You know what I mean? But that microscope, I'll show you an up close picture right now of a hair for sure wrapped up in there. It's a black hair too, guys. A little tiny black hair. It's so small it could be like an eyelash hair or even smaller. You're like a nose hair, for God's sake. But man, I'm glad I caught that. But yeah, overall, nice little performers. budget cartridge, 25 bucks a box. This guy, he seems like a pretty cool cat. Bless his heart. He's got surgical implants, all that good stuff. Just a rocker through and through, dude. But yeah, so anyways, I'll show the pictures of the hair, guys. Pretty wild. There's like a little 4-second clip of me zooming in and out of it. Let me know what you think. These have been the Freak Factory 1207 liners. You can get these from freakfactory.com. Yeah, so not too bad. Good liners. They perform. Yeah, don't really have any complaints except that hair that I found in here. That I'm pretty sure that did not come from me. I just don't understand how that could have worked like that. But anyways, make sure you guys' patience. We just need to decide on something. I want to do a little giveaway for the 600 subscribers. If I do it, I probably won't be putting it on blast. I'll probably be announcing the giveaway at the end of a video like this one. Kind of low key, so the guys that watch these videos, they'll know. I'm not going to be like making a video that says giveaway, all that stuff. So yeah, let me know. Stay locked. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will do my best to help you out. All right, love you guys. Peace.